Welcome back to Letters and Podcast. We got a special breaking news episode again. Breaking news. Today we're gonna stream and react to the new Pearl trailer.
When they said they were going to drop the trailer, is this going to be the trailer that we saw for Pearl at the end of X or a new one? And
It's a new one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
it is a new one. It's not the one from the end credit. I am super excited to watch this. I love the birds.
Please, Lord.
It sounds so
Make
good.
a star the world has ever known, so that I may get far, far away from this place.
Well, caring for your family during these times is admirable. But you
Very
only
Texas
get one take
Chainsaw.
at this life.
If only they would just die.
Ew.
Yeah, I knew. I noticed that right away.
Nothing.
You see where she gets her crazy from. It's inherited, huh?
Yeah.
The gator has a name.
I want to be
Is it Adolf? What
dancing
is
up on
it?
the screen like the pretty girls in the pictures.
Theta?
I will not let you leave this farm again.
I will not let you leave this farm again.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm worried there may be something real wrong with me. Rumor has it they only take one gal per town.
We're
Loving
looking
these
for someone
colors.
with X Factor.
Has to be me.
How about a film nobody else has seen?
Is it legal?
Theta Barra?
Will
on
be
the
eventually.
marquee?
That's what she named the gator. Theta.
I know where I'm going. Bad things.
Ooh.
Terrible, awful, murderous things. I want to be loved from as many people as possible. But
Yeah.
truth is, I'm not really a good person.
What exploded?
Nobody else but you.
Oh my god.
It looks like if Douglas Sirk directed a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
looks
so
so good.
excited. The
Yeah.
sound. Oh my god, the sound is so intense. And
Yeah.
the way, like, I don't know how they layered that so perfectly because it sounded very much like like Beauty and the Beast start. Like we're about to watch Belle run across
Yeah.
the grass.
It made me
And then all of a
think
sudden
of,
it's like doom.
Snow White.
Yeah.
It made me think of Snow White
Yeah.
or Cinderella, where the birds are always helping them put the clothes
Yeah, like
on.
a Disney princess story we were about to watch.
Yeah.
What
Man, that looks
exploded or who exploded? What the frick was
Set on
that?
fire. It's
Yeah, and
probably a
someone was
dream
set on
sequence or a
fire.
fantasy sequence, I would
mm,
assume. But you don't know. We don't
maybe.
know. I liked
Yeah, it's hard
how
to say.
she was standing over an X
Yeah.
part of it.
Just
And
the
when they're
X.
Yeah,
saying
and
she's
they
got to
said
have
X
the
Factor
X
again.
factor.
That's what they
Yeah.
totally
That's literally what
self-referential.
Maxine says in X. That's crazy.
And what they say
Love it.
about her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It looks so. I love the colors. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
vibrant, very, very unique looking.
It gives me like the Technicolor kind of Wizard of Oz color vibe.
Yeah.
Or even more, I would say Sound of Music. It feels very
Mm.
reminiscent of Sound of Music.
There are shots in
Yeah.
her bedroom that look exactly like Douglas Sirk's All That Heaven Allows, which is an amazing, very sad, very deep, very colorful, with a lot of sadness in the theme. It's an amazing movie. It's not a
This
horror movie, but I recommend it.
I feel like this trailer gave us so much, but it was so chaotic that I need to know more. And
Yeah.
I feel like trailers really don't do a good job nowadays. And Ty West managed to do two good trailers that managed to just give us just the right amount of, oh my God.
You get an idea
Yeah.
what this movie's going to be, but you don't know
Yeah.
exactly what the movie is.
Oh, and I love that she's feeding Theta, the gator, which is
Theta
very Betty
Barra,
White.
so cool. Yeah, very Betty White.
Which
love
we're
Betty
about to
White.
talk about in our
Yeah.
animal attacks episode. So that's awesome.
I'm
It's,
glad
like,
the
right
gator's
in the
back.
forefront. Me too. Or not even back, like, it's a
Well.
gator ancestor, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad we get to see that again. I love that they filmed this back to back with X. It's gonna
it's gonna really feel the same, but like very different. I don't know.
Right. Mia Goth looked like her acting as Pearl is so different than her acting as Maxine, but
Mhm.
also like very much the same drive. Like the drive behind them or their motivations are the same. You can tell her acting for those two characters, they're completely different people. And
Oh yeah,
that is talent. Mia Goth acting her ass off in that trailer.
In
she's
this
so
movie,
talented.
she reminds me of this trailer, The Bad Seed. Have you guys seen The Bad Seed?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, like that's gonna be great for our evil children episode we'll eventually
Yeah, it
do.
will be.
Give
Yeah.
me those shoes. That movie. John Waters also
Yeah.
loves that movie, so
I
It's
love that there's a kind of inherited crazy that they're gonna address. Like, her mom
Mhm.
seems to be very religious and strict and mean, and her dad, clearly, there's some abuse going on with that, and she's having to
Yeah.
take care of him. I
do we
I
think
feel like
mom put dad in the wheelchair? Maybe. Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe.
maybe a little arsenic action going on. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird that he's in the bathroom while she's taking a bath. I don't know if mom
Yeah.
put him there because he seems to be immobile. So I'm not sure what's going
Yeah.
on there. It's a
A
weird,
little strange.
but it's supposed to be. I love it. I love how Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw Massacre it still is, even
Yeah.
though it's not a 70s themed movie. It doesn't look like the 70s, but it still looks like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's talent.
Also, I think we're gonna get a lot of cathartic, like, root for the villain kind of vibe going on
Oh
throughout
yeah.
this.
I'm
Like,
already
there's
feeling
gonna be moments where we're just, like, cheering on Pearl, but there's also gonna be moments where she's going to cross the line for us that's gonna make us super
Mhm.
uncomfortable and scare us, and I'm so excited to see how Ty West kind of makes that balance.
I'm
Yeah.
ready
I'm
for
excited.
the
I'm excited to see Pearl's character fleshed out
Mhm.
because she was so intriguing in X, but we didn't really know why she was like this, and so I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to this.
I'm ready for all the is this a good for her movie debates that'll happen like it with Midsummer.
I'm
Is
gonna
this
say
really
yes.
a good for her? I'm already saying yes.
I'm already saying yes.
Even
I
if she
mean,
does something irredeemable, there's gonna be a lot of catharsis in this.
I
You can
felt
feel
like
it.
good for her when I was watching her in X. I was still feeling that. I
Yeah.
was still getting that vibe where it felt like this feminine version of Leatherface almost. Like,
Mhm.
I dug it. I dug and, like, the rejection factor, yet she seemed very empowered in her, like, her viciousness. I don't know. I loved it. I loved it. I felt a good for her vibe with that, and then
I had a
balanced
hard
against
time
Maxine, so
Mhm.
I had a hard time enjoying X as much as I do now because I felt very protective of Pearl.
mm,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've taken care of people with Alzheimer's and all that sort of stuff. So I liked her character so much, even though she was obviously crazy.
yeah.
I felt very protective of how the movie was treating her. But I've come around. I've come around. I have
Did
to watch
that
it again.
yeah, I'm curious. I would love to hear your thoughts after you watch it again because
We
I
got to do
felt
a
like
Ty West episode sometime. I mean, maybe when Pearl's coming out.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
perfect.
That would be fun.
I feel like when I watched X, I felt the same way at first as you did, where I get really weird when I don't like seeing elderly people, especially if they're struggling with dementia or anything like that, be treated like the shock factor. Like, I usually don't like the naked old lady trope. I don't like
Hate it.
the
Mhm.
dementia, is she possessed thing, except for in a very few films, like The Taking of Deborah
I
Logan,
thought
when
that did
they
it well. Yeah.
yeah, they did it very well. I think they did it, in a classy
Relic is
way
great. Relic is
where you
really good.
yeah, where you feel bad for them, you don't feel grossed out by them,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't want aging to be the villain. You want the insecurity that she was having be the villain, and I think that Ty West did a good job of, like, flipping the script on that for me, where I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is where we're going with oh my gosh, she's really bad." Like, she didn't just become bad when these people showed up. Like, she's just that's her. Like
I
Yeah.
have a question for both
Yeah.
of you.
yeah.
What do we feel Pearl's motives, and this is an X, what do we feel her
Yeah.
motives are for Mia Goth's character? Because I remember Howard saying, "Is that the one?" about another girl. She's like, "No, that's not the one." So she's looking for her, and I don't know.
Mhm.
Is it because we think that she relates and thinks they look alike? Does she want to try and inhabit her body somehow? What do you guys think is going on with that?
I felt like she was attracted to her and she wanted her in her basement. That was the vibe I got.
Mm.
Like, that was her next toy. That was the toy she chose. Like, the dude in the basement was. I feel like there was some sadomasochism going on between those two characters' motivations.
Interesting. I kind of felt like she was like living vicariously through Maxine. Like she kind of saw herself in Maxine, which would kind of make
Oh, yeah.
sense, you know? So she was like seeing this young, beautiful girl, and she was like, man, that's like how I used to be. And so she was jealous and sad that she wasn't still there.
I got like the narcissism vibe from that. Not that like she was
Interesting, yeah.
jealous as much as she saw herself and wanted to like have herself. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Hopefully
I don't know.
we get a third one. Hopefully we get that third one where it will pick up where X ended, where we get to see what happens to Mia Goth's character after X. That would be
Yeah.
awesome too. And it's and apparently if it does happen, it's going to be in a different filming style. I think the 80s and Dawning of Home Video. That's what I think it's going to go to after that. That's what I think Ty West mentioned, but I don't know what's going to be. I don't know.
Do you think, Emma, that the
No,
father
dad joke of the night.
Do you think that the father being a priest makes a lot more, like, feels a little bit more tied now, like, to this story because it's clear that her mother is super religious? So now it makes sense that Maxine's father was super religious and kind of
Her
brought up a
mother?
lot. Pearl's mother being super religious in this trailer. It's very clear that there's like some religion.
Oh, so they both have it does. I mean, on an X alone, I still feel this way about it. I don't hate it. It's just at the end when they reveal that her father was the preacher that we've been seeing on the TV the whole time. I'm like, so what? Like, it didn't have the impact I thought it was supposed to have.
Yeah.
But now mirroring these two characters. So so it mirrors Maxine and Pearl more to have the religious background, which we can assume that Pearl had, but we don't really know. So it's kind of
she
tying
kind
these
of
two
brings it
characters
up
together.
Yeah,
So I
Pearl
get it
kind
more.
of briefly brings it up where she basically calls her a slut and like I forget what she almost quotes scripture. I don't think she quotes scripture, but she very much says something that religious people tend to say about when they're talking about someone who's expressing their sexuality or being very sexual. They you could tell she was triggered by it. And it actually kind of confused me when it happened because I didn't expect that from Pearl. It seemed like Pearl was hypersexual. It seemed like
She
Pearl
was.
Yeah, but then to like
you see that all the time where someone's hypersexual and then oddly enough they'll go and point out
right.
like,
It threw
"You're a
me.
slut." Like,
Yeah, it threw me for a moment because it was very at the very end. It was just a moment she had with Maxine where she shamed her for who she was, that sexuality. But you could tell that she had it too. That's where I think everything clicked that it was all about insecurity. And for me at least. And at first I was like, wait, what? I didn't get it. But now seeing the father being referenced at the end and now seeing her mother being very religious in the trailer, I think that there's a lot about insecurity, shame, religious shame, and sexuality in these movies.
I agree.
Couple other news mentions. Emma's got some exciting news that's coming to us in September or October.
October. So Crystal let me know about one of these. I found out that The Lost Boys is getting my favorite vampire movie, getting anyway, Lost Boys, one of my favorite vampire
Watch our vampire
movies.
episode and you'll know what our favorites are.
It's getting a 4K Steelbook print in October, so we're excited about that. Oh my god,
That looks so good.
So good. I love how the bridge scene is in the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And we got our David looking at his Jim Morrison den, and we got
And the
Chinese
food.
food.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks good. Oh, he looks great. David looks so good.
Yeah.
I love that whole vibe. I think the whole cover, I love the simplicity of the back with just the one thing of Chinese food carton. But I really love Michael because the colors look so good together, the blues and then the like sunset look. It reminds me of Bats.
Bats.
Yeah.
You know what it makes me think of? Probably we all, because I'm going to speak for all of us, we all enjoyed the Corey Hart I wear my sunglasses at night drop in Note. So, loved it.
Yeah.
I wear my
It also
Did we have
kind of
another
reminds me
movie?
of E.T.
Yeah, it does. Without the moon, but
I could
the
see it.
trees, the tree life.
Yeah.
The trees with the light, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Also in October, we're going to be getting the Scream 2 Steelbook for the 25th anniversary of Scream 2. And I'm
Mhm.
excited about this. Oof.
Me too. This looks
Yeah.
so good. I love
Yeah.
this. Hello, Sydney. Remember me? And green
Yeah.
looks so good because I
It
love my
does.
neon greens and my neon colors. And
Yeah.
I love that they chose green. I think that works. They could have gone bloody. Like they could have done it in blood, which would have made
Mhm.
sense, I think. And I think any normal
Yeah.
person would think that. But green, love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's like the stab color. That's what it reminds me
Yeah,
of.
it oh, you're right. That's
Yeah.
probably that's probably exactly why they did that.
Yeah.
Especially because that's what everybody's watching in the theater right there in that opening
Yeah.
scene, which they're
Exactly.
referencing on the front there. I love it. It looks
Yeah.
good.
Now, who's the
Beautiful.
close-ups of the faces? That's Sydney on the right. Yeah.
Who's the other
Who's on
face?
the
Yeah,
left? Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what's her face who gets killed in the first opening act.
Oh, okay.
Jada Pinkett.
Is it?
Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, is it?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's
Alright,
definitely not
alright.
Gail.
Yeah. It's
No.
Jada.
That's one of my
Jada.
favorite Scream
Yeah, I can
lines.
see it.
Hello, Sydney. Remember me?
Yeah, it's so
Oh, she
iconic.
has such a good line in this one too when she's talking to the killer. I guess I can spoil it now, but at the end where she's like, I
Spoil
killed
Scream
them.
2 for 25 years.
25 years later.
You're forgetting one thing about Billy Loomis. I fucking killed him.
Yeah, that's
Jeez.
what it is.
So
Yeah.
good. Some other good news is more about podcast news. We will be doing a movie night next week for our patrons. Say hello to our patrons right here. We appreciate you guys. And then we will also be doing Stranger Things trivia this Thursday live on Twitch.
Hosted
So
by
make sure you're following us.
Crystal.
Join our
Hello.
Patreon if you want to support this podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.